where everybody's walking on, so there would be no trip hazards. Therefore, that's where you're gonna get the extra money in case we went to a full-time police officer. And that was just our thinking back then.
Yeah, well, that's just.
That was back then.
That's just $9,000 towards the extra
And that,
40,000 you're gonna need to have a full-time officer, so you're
Correct.
gonna have to dig money up.
Correct.
Else, am I correct in saying that?
yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys wanna do?
Well,
So then I have to make a motion.
Right.
make a motion,
Motion to accept the resolution?
yeah. No one wants to second it?
I'm not second.
I can ask you to second that money
Is
move.
that this here?
You second it, we can deny it for now. That's not it.
So if we don't, if we allow all the other monies to be moved, we'll leave the fire department where it is so they can do, because at this point, we're just looking for a part-time police officer, am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, but now they're getting two. They got two applications now.
Okay, I mean, I don't know, I just started.
Train people.
Okay, I just started reading the budget again, so do we have money for 2 part-time officers minus
No,
the $9,000?
No.
No? Yes? No?
I
I'm
mean, you
sorry.
were at the last meeting, Joe.
Well, no, I understand that, but, I mean, I just started reading, he just gave me the budget at that time. We had like 26,000 of Tommy's money, right, for the part-time
Yes.
officer?
Yes, you're right.
Budgeted for that.
$26,073, yes.
So if we hire 2 part-time officers, my point is, we need another $26,000 and some change, thereabouts?
I don't know, I mean, I guess it depends on how many
How much?
hours you want these individuals to work, and what
Right.
you're paying them, and
Okay.
whether the 26,000 covers it.
We cover both of them, you mean, or one of them?
I don't
I
know.
understand, yeah, okay.
Because that's at, that was
That's
at
at Tommy, right?
25.07 an hour for 1,040 hours.
Right,
That's where that figure comes from.
okay.
There's no benefits.
No, I understand that, fully.
If they are though a part-time, permanent part-time, they will be in the union, they will have benefits.
That would be bad.
Can you say that again, I said if they're permanent?
If they're
part-time?
permanent part-time police officers, a part-time police officer is in the union, so they would have benefits.
So we have to pay like health insurance?
Prorated.
Seasonal.
Not health insurance, no.
No, oh, but the other benefits?
Yes.
Okay, I got you, all right.
Have to classify as seasonal the same way as Tommy's was?
They go do-
Contract.
They don't do that anymore?
Well, but I have a motion made, not seconded. If that's the case,
Well, I'm for the rest of the budget modification, but I'm just against the one for the,
you you gotta accept what's there or vote it down.
no, I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. You keep- Get a second and then you vote it down.
I'll second it.
Okay, a motion made and seconded, roll call vote, trustee Martin,
No.
trustee Mott,
No.
trustee Treadwell,
No.
and the mayor votes yes. I like that.
Don't die, you don't vote.
Everybody's been yelling and complaining we don't have enough police time.
I understand.
George,
Poor
the last
Jean,
meeting-
poor Jean has busted her butt on this thing to try and get us coverage. And it ended up that this came come past the last week or two. And, I thought you'd done a good job getting 2 people to apply.
But we have to be able to interview those 2 people to see.
Both of them are school trained.
Yes, you can either give more.
Well, anyway, it's done.
We'll move on.
Well, at the next budget.
Trustee Martin.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Just to, in the general fund, to leave the street personnel account there, decrease it 1803, and that's what the general fund portion would be. And then you can vote on the whole resolution.
We've already voted it down.
I know, but I'm saying amend the resolution.
You do that next meeting?
I can do it next meeting.
Pardon?
I can do it next meeting.
Yes,
Yeah.
he said. Right.
Thank you. The last thing on my agenda, surplusing 58 metal halide high bay lights They came out of here. So that we can put them up for bid.
Can you do the docks again, please? The 3 docks?
Yeah, we can surplus in 3 docks again. Got anybody interested?
We didn't have a bid on them last time. I think if the word of mouth gets out, or if you advertise.
I know a guy that thinks he wants them.
Okay, thanks, man. I got surplus, 3 wooden docks,
They're already surplus, so.
okay? And that's it for me. Trustee Brad Martin.
Yes, sir. Well, the stage committee came to me and discussion of the fashion show with the possibility of wine tasting and the jewelry sales. Andrew, you're still up to date on some of this stuff, which,
Very much, every day they call me.
now the
Well,
wine
you know
tasting.
what, they're gonna have to stop calling you for the board meeting.
Well, now they actually made me a member.
He's a member.
And I am now their spokesman, so
So that works.
you're not getting rid of me, guys, sorry.
Don't want to get rid of you. So the wine tasting, they did go to, was it the one in Shazy?
Yeah,
They can't do it for some licensing problems. They approached Richard Siegman over here, he can do it also for licensing problems, but he did put them on to some of the vendors. Am I correct in saying that?
yes.
Okay, so with getting in touch with some of the vendors, they might be able to, they would have the licensing to be able to have the wine tasting. They just needed approved from the board to be able to have it here. They would follow the same criteria as what they do for the 4th of July celebration, have to be roped off. And I do believe they need to serve food also, that's why they were talking some kind of.
They were doing a wine and cheese they were gonna do, kinda like thing. But again, that goes against the guidelines of what the library's doing right now.
Mhm.
Cause they're not serving the food with the wine.
Sure.
So, and they're not roped off, there's one on one side, one on the other. So you might wanna get with Donna at the
But you're going to
library.
get with Donna and let her know that that's, because it's gonna have to be, you can't have one not do it, not the other.
Right.
Parity is parity, unfortunately, it doesn't take much to rope something off. Couple of posts. So I just wanna get that approved, and the jewelry sale, as long as the person has their license as a vendor, we should be able to get that allowable also. So I'd like to make a motion to have, the wine tasting, with the cheese for the fashion show, which is gonna be on July 18th, as long as they follow the guidelines.
And Brad, if I may, the jewelry sale wasn't just for just the 18th. She wanted to do it for all the different shows when she could. The wine tasting is just that.
Just that.
Sorry.
No, thank you. Puts a little more perspective for me. The motion's on the floor, sir. And seconded.
Moved by trustee Martin, seconded by trustee Mott. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor, vote by usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried.
And, well, the person for the jewelry sale, as long as she's got, she's gonna have to go seek permit to be able to sell here
Well,
on the premises as a vendor?
they usually send me their insurance information, I pass it on to our insurance information, that's all I do with it. You know, to our insurance agent, I should say, and they let me know if they're okay to go.
Okay, so we have to have them do that first?
Yeah, I believe she already did, she already sent it, and I haven't heard back from her, so.
She already did, so, do we still need to get that into a motion to be able to allow it on the premises?
I don't know, I would say. Arson, what do you
I don't think so.
Because if it's already in
Because
place.
they have stewards come in, they have different ones come in, like they said, and sell their wares, I mean.
So,
As long as they got insurance.
as long as they get the insurance and everything, they're good to go.
It doesn't hurt to make a motion, I mean, you can cover yourselves, but.
Make a motion to allow the jewelry sales during the events for the stage
I
committee.
don't know. Sounds good.
Moved by trustee Martin, seconded by trustee Treadwell. All, any discussion?
Who made the second on that?
Trustee Treadwell. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor, vote by usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Next thing I got on my list, as soon as I refind it here. the results of the justice audit. The Justice Court audit was performed by Treasurer Arsen Letourneau on 06/23/15. The records of Justice John LaBounty and Acting Justice John Favreau have been reviewed by Treasurer Arsen Letourneau and appear to be satisfactory. That's just an FYI for information. So that's that one. And I wish to request an executive's, Clifford isn't here, is he? Or is he gonna show
Oh,
up?
he isn't, no, he isn't here.
All right. We'll scratch that one.
I'll scratch that one off.
Yeah.
Okay, request an executive session to discuss police personnel.
Second.
Moved by trustee Martin, seconded by trustee Treadwell, roll call vote. Trustee Martin,
Aye.
trustee Mott, trustee Treadwell,
Aye.
and the mayor votes aye.
And last thing I got, Mr. Mayor, it was brought to me by a couple of people in the public on exactly what the police chief actually does within the village. So I went on to the official website for Clinton County, and this is what I got, and I would like to read this to the public, if that's okay.
Sure.
So this right here, just
For the information.
distinguishing features of the class. This is an important administrative post involving responsibility for all police functions and requires exceptional ability to plan and direct the work of law enforcement activities on a large scale. Responsibilities include seeing that recruits are thoroughly trained and that high standards are maintained throughout the department. The incumbent does related work as required. Typical work activities, illustrative only. Issues working orders for the department. Organizes the force into units to handle different kinds of work and assigns officers to post. Reviews activities and reports of officers. Is responsible for the discipline and morale of the department. Sees that recruits and regular officers receive adequate training in police methods and procedures. Supervises the activities of the police force at serious fires. Prepares or directs the preparation of oral and written reports. Cooperates with all departments, agencies, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the public. Directs the investigation of major criminal offenses. Recommends the purchase of necessary supplies and equipment. Delivers talks on safety and other law enforcement problems. Keeps himself, herself, and the department informed of developments of police work by reading, conferring, and attending meetings. And if working, there's a special clause, if working in the village of Ross's Point, may perform police officer duties, which I'm not going to go through the two-page thing on the police officer duties, but that says maintains traffic, tickets, patrolling. I'm not gonna go through that whole thing. Full performance, knowledge, skills, abilities, and personal characteristics. Comprehensive knowledge of police administration and police methods. Thorough knowledge of scientific methods of crime detection. Thorough knowledge of controlling laws and ordinances. Demonstrated ability to lead and direct activities of police officers. Ability to interpret the work of the police department and to maintain cooperative relationships with other city officials and with the general public. Sound judgment in emergencies. The minimum qualifications for this position is 2 years of experience as a police lieutenant or police captain. That's what the official Clinton County thing is for the chief.
Was he ever a police lieutenant?
That I
No, not, no.
don't,
Well, if he was never a police lieutenant, he cannot be a police chief, right?
Yes.
You gotta be a lieutenant, then a captain, then a chief, supposedly.
either one, police lieutenant or captain.
So you can't have a job.
This was revised as of February 11th, 2015.
Those rules for a full-time chief or a part-time chief, because the rules might be different. I'm assuming you're gonna hire a part-time chief and not a full-time chief.
Oh, that's something I
Well,
would
he's
still have to
full-time
look
right now.
into with the possibility of Christie. I
Well,
don't
this was
know, this is
prior
what I
to-
got, and I hope that this is the public's.
One person at a time, please. This old gilt's got hearing aids, and when you do that, I can't hear a thing.
Wouldn't he be grandfathered in since he was awarded the chief position prior?
Last December, we were taken to task by civil service with regards to Scott's activities as the interim police chief. And he was not allowed to patrol in that class. And he had been assigned to that class with the departure of Mr. Bingo, I believe. What civil service asked Scott was that he lists all of his responsibilities in the department as the solo police officer. Once he did that and submitted them to civil service, she came back and said he must be designated as the chief. He will take the exam once they schedule it, but at that stage of the exercise, we were told that he must be designated the chief.
Well, if it says that, rules are overriding the rules then.
They write the rules, Penny.
Civil service.
Well, right there.
Civil service writes the rules.
Well, it says right there in that paper, right there, is that civil service?
That is civil service, so if you
So
can,
that-
have Christie get a hold of me so I can.
That overrules what that said, what Jean
Well,
said.
here to there.
Well, she is the one
Yes.
that is working at civil service. And how they mesh with that, is that a current job description?
2015, yes.
Okay.
Yep, February 11th, 2015.
Okay, so she was the one that mandated to us that he had to be in that particular designation.
Prior to that, he was considered officer in charge, correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah, well, how can you be
But wasn't,
promoted without
excuse
taking a
me,
test?
Wait a minute, here.
Take the test
One at a
afterwards,
time,
if he doesn't pass it.
It's not even a public comment period.
No,
Yeah,
it's not. This was
even
just
public
a
civil
comment.
service
This
has
is
not
strictly for
scheduled
the
the
board
exam.
here.
Yeah.
And let
but
me-
wasn't he part-time? He's not full chief, is that correct?
Full-time.
No,
He's full
not that
time.
I'm out of knowledge.
He's a full-time officer.
Officer, not chief.
Chief. He's been chief now since when?
I thought it was
December.
part-time.
I believe it was December.
Can I continue this meeting?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, you got anything else, trustee
That's
Murphy?
it, right?
Trustee Morris, in the absence, trustee Mott will take his place because this is an important issue.
I request an executive session to discuss sewer plant personnel.
Second.
Moved by trustee Mott, seconded by trustee Martin. Roll call vote, trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Mott.
Aye.
Trustee Treadwell.
Aye.
The mayor votes aye.
All right, John. Okay, we're gonna have another executive session. I request an executive session for discussion and a possible replacement of number 5 dump truck.
Oh, second.
You're doing,
Moved by-
Do we need that?
are you don't need an executive session for that?
No.
No, that's just a discussion,
Okay.
okay?
Brian, can you tell us the need for to replace
Oh, yeah.
the dump truck that was rusted out?
The dump truck that was,
Number 5.
number 5, that was taken out of service was a 2002. The frame was rotted out and there was problems with it. It wasn't serviceable for our use. The number 5 pickup is the small 1-ton with a 9-foot blade that we use to back up for the big plow. We do a lot of the small turnarounds up in the back of Beechwood, and it's a lot easier to get up there with the 1-ton with the 9-foot blade. And with the problems that we have with the large plow, it does break down quite often, so it's nice to have a backup. We have a stainless steel sander that goes in the back of it, and we have a 9-foot Fisher plow for the front. And we plowed storms with just that truck solo when the big truck was broken down. Unfortunately, we were trying to, with the budget restrictions, we were trying to limp through until we could budget more money to possibly, purchase another truck. But it got to the point where it won't pass inspection, so it was deemed unsafe to be on the road.
How much do we have in reserves put away for that truck, do you know?
24,000.
4,000. What's the approximate cost, Brian, of a new one?
We've checked just a couple local dealers. There's one in Vermont and one in Plattsburgh, and they're around the $38,000 mark, 39,000. Of course, you would have to go out to bid, so they would hopefully sharpen their pencils a little bit and try to outbid each other.
I know we had talked earlier about this, and you had discussed possibly taking some money from the sweeper reserves. Did you look into that anymore, and think it'd be a good idea to do that? Is the sweeper in good enough shape that it could last
We just, in the past year, we reconditioned the whole back of the sweeper. We actually purchased a used sweeper body, and they went through it in the spring, and it's, brought up to very good condition. The sweeper is in good condition now. I'm foreseeing it at least last another 10 years.
Arsen, how much do we have in reserves for the sweeper at this point?
The sweeper, 34,000.
So we can take the balance out of that fund if the board sees clear to do that.
I can do that by resolution.
Yes, I was saying we'll have to do that by resolution.
It's nothing we've got to.
Yeah,
Can I just ask the board one thing? Can we get permission to go out to bid to see what the firm numbers are before we talk budget modifications and resolutions?
good.
Just to see what, what's out there, what's available, and what's the price range.
Yeah, if if you're absolutely sure that we definitely need to have that backup plow truck, then, I think it's a valuable piece of machinery
We're gonna have to plow, because they plowed the parking lot here with it, I mean, the boys plowed that one time, I mean, if we come down to have one or the other vehicle, a sweeper or a plow truck,
Plow truck.
which one you gonna choose?
Yeah, so I'll put it in the form of a motion for Ryan or whoever to go out
Okay.
for bid and see what we can come in with some solid numbers.
Second.
Moved by trustee Lot, seconded by trustee Martin. Any other discussion, board? If not, all those in favor, vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carried.
That's all I have.
Thank you, trustee Mott. Trustee Treadwell.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Dodge Memorial Library's recommendation to hire Connor Eternal, Skylar Thompson, and Emily Stiles as library pages. This is to replace Sarah, am I correct in saying that, Carol?
For the summer months, I believe so, yeah.
There's,
And they'll stay on, am I correct on that?
they're students right now, they're doing it as a, like, work towards
Intern kind of thing.
interns, and they will go back.
Okay.
Second.
You made that motion?
Yes, sir.
Okay, seconded. Motion made and seconded. Any discussion, board? If not, all those in favor, vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried.
And one more thing, announcement for the farmer's market on Friday from 3 o'clock to 7 p.m. at the Dodge Memorial Library. And is it my responsibility now to go talk to her about making sure that it's roped off for the wine tasting and all that? Okay, so I will take care of that. Thank you. That's all I have this evening.
Excuse me, you gotta announce the vendors will be on the website?
Have to announce what?
Well, Donna announced that, said today to have you announce that the vendors will also be listed on your website for the farmer's market.
Okay, so the
If
vendors
anybody's
at the
interested.
farmer's market will be
Yeah,
listed
on our website.
On our website. All right, thank you.
They are on there already.
Or they are on it already.
I'm down here, so I didn't know that, sorry.
Yeah. All right, sorry. That's it, Joe?
That's all I have, thank you.
Thank you, trustee Treadwell. Carol?
I have nothing.
Thank you. Jean?
Nothing from me, sir.
Arsen?
Just want to let you know that we started we're into the first tax penalty period for unpaid taxes, it's 5% this month. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Pelkey?
Just an
Word of
update.
wisdom.
Just an update on the sidewalks on Pratt Street. They'll be back on it tomorrow. Today was a cleanup day after the 4th of July. So the construction will start back up on Pratt Street and on Chapman. The electric crew will be on Chapman.
Just pass on to the boys, did a good job of cleaning up today.
Yes.
Yeah, they did an excellent job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we're out there early and got things done. Open meeting, the public at this time. Anybody wishing to address the board may do so.
Do you want me to tell Ray's yes for the sign, pending the condition of Brian's approval, or?
As far as we're concerned, yes, but in a sign.
So, I'll just wait.
Give us something we're willing to take.
Is that a sign that you're gonna use for this, for the?
For out front here,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Because
You did it and it's close to fitting?
what happened was Gifford Steels?
Jefferson.
Gifford Steels. The person that we were dealing with said that they were gonna donate the steel. Well, the guy that did it 3 months ago left, and of course, we went to them and said, okay, the sign's coming in, and the owner says, we didn't know anything about it. We gave enough out this year, we're not giving any more donations. That's what kicked us back a little bit. And Ray's heard about this, and that's why we're,
Okay.
so I'll just wait to hear from you, Brian, before I talk to Ray.
I'll go measure it
Oh,
tomorrow.
awesome. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Anybody else? Yeah.
Did we
Is
go out
it
to state
possible to
contract on a
use
dump truck?
Excuse
What'd you
me.
say, John?
Did we go out to state contract for a dump truck?
We looked at state contract, and if we can beat it, we will.
If you give these dealers a state contract price, they'll match it. That's what happens to us all the time.
We can't do that, we got in trouble for that before.
Yeah, we did that with our 2 pickup trucks. We went out, state contract, right? And we got them $1,000 less than the state contract. And the comptroller of the state of New York in their audit said, we must go out to bid.
Yes, I'll tell you one thing about that though. If the bids come close, you guys all, did you pass that law where you have
Yes.
the right to take a lower bid?
Yeah.
Even if it's $1,000 less?
Yes.
Well, then you're legal then, aren't you?
Yeah, which, we think we're legal, but the lovely state of New York doesn't.
The state of New York is the one that had us pass the law, so we can go to a different venue on that.
Don't worry, we'll try the cheapest to get the cheapest. Not the cheapest, but the cheapest price.
Most bang for the buck.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Is it possible to use both sides of the paper when you print this stuff out, or do you
Oh,
need
I
to
thought
use
that was
one
so
paper?
good.
Got that lady right there, she does it.
For
Anything
most of the
is
stuff that-
possible.
And
That's what I'm gonna say.
For most of the stuff that we get, yes, we do use both sides of the paper.
Mayor Rivers, I didn't hear trustee Martin's comments on the discussion for use of golf carts on the village streets.
no, that's, we decided not to do anything about it.
Well, you're not gonna do anything about it, okay?
We leave it alone.
You're gonna discuss the contact, also the way they conduct themselves in driving those?
Well, we don't have too much of a problem that I know of.
Well, you could have worked his compacts and it wouldn't happen with a gentleman that keeps his left foot out while he's driving.
Well, our own people.
Yeah, that was a crew cut, I think.
And kids. Well, we'll discuss it.
Taking corners in the middle of the road.
Thank you.
Now, that's with our
Thank you.
own village club car?
Yeah,
Okay, ready?
we can.
We'll discuss that with them and make sure that they're a little bit more safer.
He's so anxious to work, he's already got one foot out ready to go.
Thanks, John, I appreciate that.
About that.
All right, I need a motion for recess.
Motion to recess?